Good evening and revolutionary greetings to all who are attending this meeting. Respected Dr. K. Viramani sir, uh, Professor Om Shankar sir, Dr. Sandeep Kumar, Dr. Y. Swarupa Rani ma'am, uh, Sri Karnanidhi sir, Kumareshan sir, other dignitaries, office bearers of Dravida Kalagam, and student friends. Uh, Before going, my topic is reinventing how Periyar for the present student movements. Because I have chosen this topic because there are so many issues that are coming up, especially for the students community. Students community of oppressed, especially from SC, ST, and OBCs, and student community of this public funded institutions, and when there is when there is so much of issues that are coming up, especially for different categories of society, especially for this OBC community, there is so much of discrimination that is going on across the country. So one kind of work we did is we have filed RTIs in all the central universities and IITs, IIMs, ICERTs, national NITs, and different institutions. So we have got information from different higher education institutions. Before going that, we have implemented this Mandal movement. There is a long struggle in 1980s. It was tabled in Parliament. 1993 in employment, we OBCs got the reservations. In 2006, through the Act and 93rd Amendment Act, they also implemented reservations in higher education institutions, and it's already 2020. And the pathetic situation of OBCs, especially OBCs, in higher education council, there, if you believe it or not, there are only 9 professors in 40 central universities. It's very pathetic. Professors, OBC professors in 40 central universities. And there are very less, if you look at a very pathetic situation of associate professors, they are only 38 associate professors out of 5,011, and 9 professors out of 2,498, and 1,327 professors out of 10,830. That implies 97% of all OBC professors positions, sanctioned positions are vacant. 94.82% of sanctioned positions of associates are vacant, and 40.44% of assistant professors are vacant. Why I am giving this information before starting my actually why we need to reinvent, continuously think about this revolutionary figure, Periyar, and why we need to reinvent him in the movement. So this is the pathetic situation of OBCs in the country. When there are 9 professors, only 9 professors out of 40 central universities, what is the mistake? Who are doing this mistake? So why we are not questioning? Why we are not aware of all these facts? Especially for this younger generation, for this student community who are into these central universities, IITs, IIMs, AIMS, and all other institutions because of OBC reservation. When we are not getting positions in teaching positions, so what is happening? These institutions, especially central universities and other higher education institutions in the country, are becoming a kind of agraharas, a kind of Brahminical forces are ruling these central universities. The same situation that is there, that was there in 1940s also, 1950s, 1940s, during that time, during this active time, what Periyar questioned, even today we have to question that thing, that whatever the oppression that is happening in the central universities and higher education institutions, that is a kind of oppression, Brahminical forces that are ruling in these institutions. So that's the reason we need to continuously, especially the younger generations, we need to continuously reinvent Periyar, into this movement. So before going that, we all know the Kumaresan sir has donated us 4 years back. 4 years back, he was in Hyderabad Central University. He donated around so many books also for the Central University, Golden Sayings of Periyar. So before going into that, I just wanted to quote certain quotes, only 2-3 quotes I wanted to quote before, especially for the younger generation. So how we can build the movement? One, what we have to do, the rationality of thought on one side, the non-violent movement on another side, and the way we organize the things. That is the third important point. That is where we need to reinvent our Periyar. So first to quote in movement page in Golden Sayings of Periyar of 23rd page under this movement section, what he says: we have no belief in violence. We know that a Brahmin would run away when a riot breaks out. He will somehow take it to his heels. He will not be caught. So far as we are concerned, we have not taken up the path of violence with the hope of reaching heaven or receiving God's blessing. And he continues, no movement that believes in violence will be able to achieve its goals in a violent manner. Non-violent means is the only royal road to gain success. And he continues, the kind of revolutionary rational thought process, what he says in 47th page in rationalism: any opposition not based on rationalism or science or experience will one day or other reveal the fraud, selfishness, lies and conspiracies. Friends, I wanted to bring this quote into the picture because the people, the so-called Brahminical forces, who invented the concept of merit against the OBC reservation in 1993 and also in 2006, what they have said is the concept of merit. Is the concept of merit based on rationality? No. The concept of merit is a fraud, is a selfishness, is a lie, is a conspiracy. When we got to know all these things, when EWS reservation was implemented in 2018, when the cutoffs are coming across the country, UPSC cutoff, SSC cutoff, banking cutoffs, all cutoffs you see, the EWS cutoff is much lower than OBCs. Much lower than OBCs. Where is the concept of merit in the so-called upper caste? Where is the concept of merit in the Brahminical forces? No. So the concept, the rationalism we had that time, and we need to continue every time. What he said, what Periyar said, that is revealing today. The rationalism, the reveal is the fraud of Brahminical forces, the lies of Brahminical forces, the conspiracies of Brahminical forces have proved not only then, even today, that are being continuously proving. Next important quote in 48th page of Golden Sayings of Periyar: wisdom lies in thinking. The spearhead of thinking is rationalism. That is the kind of wisdom we needed today. With these 4 quotes, there are many quotes. Just due to shortage of time, I just wanted to bring all this quote to actually say the kind of movement that we need to build, especially these communities, the OBC community, especially along with the other marginalized community. We need to develop a kind of radical, rational mindset in our thought process. And when we are implementing the things, when we are organizing the things, we need to be very careful. If you are going into the violent method of taking forward this democratic, the concept of social justice, the demand for social justice, the reservations issues, or any other issues that which lead to the equality of this society, fighting against these Brahminical forces, fighting against this upper caste, fighting against this. Now the new concepts are coming, the new intermediary upper caste are coming up, and they are now demanding. They are taking up the path of violent methods. On one side, you can see across this country, in Haryana that happened, in Gujarat that was happened, in my own state, Andhra Pradesh, that what happened. The violent method they are used, they got the OBC reservation. Anyhow, now the issue is coming up in the Supreme Court. But the kind of revolt, the violence they are creating, no one is questioning that violence. If some or other issues is happening, again reinventing the code. The first code we said, if we are involved in certain kind of violent activities, then the problem starts. We need to be when we implementing our radical thought process, when we are implementing that thing on the ground level, we should be very careful in taking out this revolutionary in the silent revolution process. We should be very careful in taking out in a non-violent mode of implementing our demands, in taking forward our demands, in taking forward the legacy of social justice, in taking forward our fight against these Brahminical forces in a non-violent mode, in peaceful mode, in democratic mode. So that is the important concept that we need to be reinvent every time. The Periyar, the concept is said so many in literature he produced. We need to carry forward. The other kind of movement that what we need to reinvent Periyar in the other side, we should be wisdom. The wisdom is very important. The reading process. Now we are addicting towards this cell phone. We have both aids on both aids. Now we are reducing our reading capacity on reading books capacity, or you can read in online also. When you are connected with so many other things through social media and other activities on this digitally connected world, we have to use the technology in a very rationalistic manner, in a very optimum manner, where we need to increase our wisdom. Whereas our youth, especially the youth, especially our generation, are addicting towards the other side of the social media, the negative side of the social media. We are addicted towards it, and our reading capacity is coming down. When you are reading capacity, when you are not reading, when you are not applying, when you are not reading the literature, then the problem starts. If you are not intellectually strong, if you are not having this wisdom, you cannot question the system. So the other side where we need to reinvent the Periyar is the kind of work he has done, the kind of literature he has produced, the kind of enormous books he has produced. We need to read such literature every time. Periyar, Ambedkar, Pule, we need to reinvent them every time. We need to read their books. Then only the capacity to struggle against these Brahminical forces, we will get the capacity to struggle against these Brahminical forces, this upper caste. Because when these central universities and higher education institutions are becoming a kind of Brahminical agraharas, they always oppress these communities in these universities. So when you raise your voice, it should be rational, it should be empirical on one side, along with the emotions will connect. Every time emotions will not work out, but you need to have this literature in hand, the capacity to talk, to capacity to question, to whom we question. That is also very important. That is what again we need to reinvent Periyar in our generation. So lastly, I wanted to take the inspiration, the way the movement that started in Dravida, the land of Dravida, Tamil Nadu, the way they are leading the struggle. If you take the NEET issue, who is struggling entire country? When DMK has written letters to entire opposition leaders, when he struggled, when the Tamil people, the intellectuals and students are struggling in Tamil Nadu against the NEET issue. NEET issue is not confined to Tamil Nadu. It is a issue of entire country. Where is the struggle in other states? That is the problem. So we need to learn every time from the Tamil Nadu, the way they are leading the social justice, the way they filed the case in Supreme Court. Again, the Supreme Court said the reservations are not fundamental. That is the other issue, our fundamental right. Then they come back to Madras High Court. Then they file the arguments that are held in the High Court. And he has written, Stalin has written to entire country, leaders of entire country, opposition leaders. There is a matter of they are replying to the letters, but the kind of movement that is not building up in the other states. So we need to continuously learn, not only politicians, but the student communities, the way the struggle that is going on in Tamil Nadu, the way the bill, this is because of Periyar again. The legacy of Periyar is continuing in Tamil Nadu. That's the reason the empowerment they got it. That is the way we need to learn. That is where we need to study the movements, how that is going on, and we need to lead the movements in other states also. So with these words, due to shortage of time, as there are, I am engaged. I think engaged among the speakers, and then I may make some mistakes here and there. But the concerns, the youth of present youth, we need to reinvent Periyar. We need to read his works. We need to bring back his thought process every time in entire the country. So don't confine Periyar to Tamil Nadu. Periyar should be needed in entire country to lead this social justice struggle. So especially the student communities, if you are not raising your words, if you are not raising your voice against these Brahminical forces, then the younger generations that are coming up, they will question us if they are not getting the opportunities into the NEET. Already many of the one generation, actually 10 years nearly, has gone. The generation will question us tomorrow. If the reservations are not implemented in educational institutions, the younger generation will question us in future. So we have to continue the legacy of this movement against these Brahminical forces and carry forward this social justice movement forward. With these words, I thank entire Dravida Kalagam for giving this opportunity to speak has given some time to speak in front of Dr. Veeramani. Is a golden opportunity. I feel it's a golden opportunity to meet virtually entire team of Dravida Kalagam and the younger generation. To conclude, the younger generation to need to reinvent, read, bring Periyar in our thought process and lead this struggle with radical in thought process and with non-violent mode of struggle. We need to carry forward. One or other day, we will achieve this the greater cause of social justice. For that, we have to struggle very hard, unite very hard, and especially the younger generation. Today, we need to coordinate and lead this struggle. With these words, I thank Karunanidhi sir for giving this opportunity.